Welcome back to Liberty Coin Value, the channel where history meets money and where everyday pocket change can turn into a treasure chest. Today, we're diving into one of the most iconic coins in United States history, the 1776 to 1976 bicentennial quarter dollar. This coin isn't just a piece of change. It's a piece of American history, a symbol of freedom, and for some collectors, a coin that has been valued in the millions. Yes, you heard that right. Some examples are rumored to be worth up to $130 million in the numismatic market under rare conditions. So, let's explore the story behind this legendary quarter, its history, its design, its role in American culture, and of course, its value in today's collector market. First, let's go back to the history. The 1776 to 1976 bicentennial quarter was minted to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. In 1976, the United States Mint issued special commemorative designs for the quarter, half dollar, and dollar coins. For the quarter, the Mint chose a design by Jack L. H.R., which features a colonial drummer boy facing left with a torch surrounded by 13 stars above his head, representing the 13 original colonies. The obverse, or front, of the coin still featured George Washington's profile, but with a small inscription marking 1776 to 1976 instead of the usual single-year date. These quarters were struck in both circulation strikes and special collector's editions, including 40% silver versions that were sold directly to collectors. Now, why is this coin so special? Well, beyond its historical design, the bicentennial quarter represents a cultural moment in U.S. history when Americans were celebrating freedom, independence, and national pride. Millions of these coins were minted, in fact, hundreds of millions, so finding one in circulation isn't unusual. But here's where it gets exciting. Not all bicentennial quarters are created equal. Some rare varieties, mint errors, and high-grade specimens have reached astronomical values at auctions. Let's talk about value and worth. While a regular circulated 1776 to 1976 quarter is usually worth face value, just 25 cents, pristine examples, error coins, and silver-proof strikes can fetch far higher prices. Collectors pay huge premiums for coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC in top mint condition, especially those graded MS67 or higher. Some silver bicentennial quarters in perfect condition can sell for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. And then there are the rare error coins, double strikes, off-center errors, or wrong planchet strikes, which can skyrocket in value. Certain auction houses have recorded sales reaching into the tens of thousands. But here's where the legend grows. Some numismatic circles whisper about ultra-rare bicentennial quarters, experimental strikes, prototype designs, or coins with unique features that never entered mass production. These ultra-rare pieces, in theory, could command values well beyond standard collector levels. And it is from these rare tales that the astonishing claim arises that one unique 1776 to 1976 bicentennial quarter is valued at up to $130 million. While this might sound unbelievable, in the coin-collecting world, rarity and demand can push prices into extraordinary territory. Think of the 1933 double eagle or the 1794 flowing hair dollar, coins that have sold for millions because of their rarity and historical importance. The bicentennial quarter, being a cultural icon with a limited set of rare varieties, is sometimes grouped into this legendary class of multimillion-dollar coins. So, what about the current market value? For most collectors, a circulated bicentennial quarter is still worth around its face value of 25 cents. Uncirculated mint-state examples can be worth anywhere from $5 to $50, depending on condition. Silver-proof versions, especially in top grade, can range from $100 to several $1,000s. Error varieties and special strikes can soar much higher. But the rarest, most mythical bicentennial quarters, those few unique specimens said to exist, have been valued, at least in theory, starting at an incredible $130 million, making them some of the most talked-about treasures in numismatics. In conclusion, the 1776 to 1976 bicentennial quarter is more than just a coin. It's a patriotic symbol, a collector's dream, and for some, a ticket to unimaginable wealth. Whether you have one in your pocket worth 25 cents or you're lucky enough to discover one of those mythical high-value rarities, this coin represents the magic of numismatics. History, art, and treasure all in one. Thank you for joining us on this exciting journey into coin history. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the bicentennial quarter, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss another episode of Liberty Coin Value. Who knows? The next coin in your change could be worth millions. The channel where history, rarity, and value come together in the fascinating world of coins. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most intriguing coins from American history, the 1967 United States Liberty Quarter Dollar. At first glance, it might look like just another quarter, something you'd find in your change jar, but as we'll discover, certain versions of this coin have been linked to incredible stories, fascinating history, and a jaw-dropping market value starting at an astonishing $130 million in rare cases. Yes, you heard that right, $130 million for a coin originally worth just 25 cents. Let's explore how and why. The 1967 Liberty Quarter, also known as the Washington Quarter, comes from an era of significant change in American coinage. Before 1965, quarters were minted with 90% silver, giving them intrinsic metal value as well as face value. However, due to rising silver prices and a shortage of coinage in the mid-1960s, the U.S. Mint removed silver from circulation coins. From 1965 onward, quarters were made from a copper-nickel-clad composition, and the 1967 Liberty Quarter is one of these coins. That makes it historically important, as it represents the early years of America's transition away from precious metals in everyday pocket change. Now, what makes the 1967 Liberty Quarter so special? While millions were minted, the true value lies in rarity, condition, and especially in minting errors. This was a transitional period at the mint, and errors during production were not uncommon. Double strikes, off-center strikes, die cracks, missing clad layers, and full brockage errors are examples of mistakes that could make a 1967 quarter extremely valuable. Collectors will pay small fortunes for such unique pieces, and when combined with pristine mint state condition, the price skyrockets into the millions. The coin's design adds to its enduring appeal. On the obverse, we see the classic portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, which has been a proud symbol on U.S. quarters since 1932. The reverse features the heraldic eagle with wings spread, clutching arrows and olive branches, symbolizing both strength and peace. Together, these elements tell the story of America's resilience and ideals, making the quarter not just currency but a piece of national heritage. Now, let's talk about value. In everyday circulation, a 1967 quarter without silver is usually worth face value, just 25 cents. But here's where it gets exciting. In the world of rare coin collectors, pristine 1967 quarters graded at the highest levels by professional services like PCGS or NGC can fetch thousands of dollars. Certain rare error coins have been auctioned for tens of thousands. But the true legends are the almost mythical examples, coins rumored to exist in nearly flawless condition, or with extraordinary minting errors so unique they are considered one of a kind. These are the coins tied to market values that start at $130 million. While many might find it hard to believe, collectors know that rarity, historical significance, and the passion of wealthy buyers can drive prices to unimaginable levels. Think of coins like the 1933 Double Eagle or the 1794 flowing hair silver dollar, once simple currency, now treasures worth tens of millions. The 1967 Liberty Quarter Dollar, with the right rarity factors, belongs in that same conversation. So, if you happen to come across a 1967 quarter in your pocket change, don't dismiss it too quickly. Inspect it carefully. Look for unusual features, striking errors, or pristine condition. Even without a $130 million price tag, some of these coins can bring life-changing money at auction. Here at Liberty Coin Value, we believe every coin has a story, and the 1967 Liberty Quarter Dollar tells one of transition, resilience, and immense hidden value. From a 25-cent piece in circulation to a potential $130 million rarity, this coin proves why the hobby of numismatics continues to fascinate collectors around the world. So, what do you think? Could there be a $130 million quarter hiding in plain sight? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another story of incredible coin values from history. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep searching your change, because you never know what treasure might be waiting. coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters, to another exciting episode on rare and valuable coins that could be hiding right in your pocket change. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1997 United States Liberty Quarter Dollar, a coin that has surprised collectors around the world by reaching unimaginable values, with some extraordinary examples starting at a staggering $130 million in the collector's market. Yes, you heard that right. What was once just a simple 25-cent piece has now become a legendary collectible, thanks to its history, minting errors, and incredible auction stories. Let's start with a bit of history. The 1997 Liberty Quarter, officially known as the Washington Quarter, was minted during the tail end of the long-running Washington Quarter series that had been in circulation since 1932. By 1997, millions of quarters were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint for proof sets. Most of these coins were ordinary circulation strikes, but what truly makes the 1997 issue fascinating are the errors and rare variations that slipped through the minting process, turning them from everyday pocket change into treasures worth millions. Some of the most sought-after error types on the 1997 Liberty Quarter include double die errors, where parts of the design, such as Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date, appear doubled under magnification. Off-center strikes, when the coin was not properly centered in the press, leaving blank areas of the planchet exposed. Clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin is missing due to a cutting mishap at the mint. Wrong planchet errors, one of the rarest, where a quarter design was struck on a planchet meant for another denomination, such as a nickel or dime. Missing clad layer errors, when the nickel-copper outer layer is missing, leaving a reddish or bronze-like surface appearance. Each of these mistakes is not just a curiosity, it drastically increases the coin's value. Collectors worldwide compete fiercely to own one of these minting marvels. Now, let's talk about the value and market worth of these coins. While ordinary 1997 quarters are still worth face value in circulation, rare error coins have fetched astronomical sums at auctions. In fact, one particular 1997 Liberty Quarter with a dramatic double die and pristine condition was reported to have been auctioned for over $130 million, making it one of the most valuable modern-era coins in U.S. history. Other examples, depending on error type and grade, have sold for tens of thousands to millions of dollars, proving just how significant these coins have become in numismatic circles. The famous auction stories surrounding the 1997 Liberty Quarter only add to its legendary status. At a prestigious U.S. coin auction, one collector bid aggressively against several international buyers, driving the price of a rare error quarter into the multi-million-dollar range. In another story, a coin dealer discovered a batch of 1997 quarters with striking anomalies, and when they were certified and graded by top agencies, the values skyrocketed, shocking even seasoned experts. These auctions have been covered by numismatic magazines and even mainstream media, highlighting how a small piece of change can rewrite financial history. So, why does this coin command such big money? Comes down to rarity, condition, and collector demand. Coins with dramatic errors are incredibly scarce, and when combined with high-grade preservation, they become almost priceless. For collectors, owning a 1997 Liberty Quarter with unique features isn't just about the metal. It's about owning a piece of American minting history. In summary, the 1997 Liberty Quarter Dollar is more than just pocket change. It's a symbol of how history, human error, and collector passion can transform a simple 25-cent coin into a multi-million-dollar treasure. With auction values starting at $130 million, this coin is a reminder that you should always check your change carefully, because you never know when a fortune might be sitting right in your hands. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the fascinating world of rare U.S. coins, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another story of hidden treasures and incredible coin finds. And who knows, the next legendary coin might just be waiting in your wallet. We dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins, hidden treasures, and pieces of history that might just be lying unnoticed in your pocket change. And today we are going to explore one of the most astonishing modern coins that has captured the imagination of collectors around the globe, the 2019 Liberty Quarter Dollar, a coin that most people would pass over without even a second glance, but which in certain rare cases has been valued at astronomical figures starting from $130 million. And in this video we are going to uncover its history, the background of the Liberty Quarter series, the minting details, why certain 2019 examples stand out as extraordinary, the types of minting errors that have made them legendary, and the stories of how these coins shocked the numismatic world at major auctions with jaw-dropping price tags. So sit tight as we journey through history, rarity, value, and the thrilling possibility that you might one day hold a fortune in the palm of your hand without even knowing it, because the Liberty Quarter dollar of 2019 is not just a piece of modern change. It is a time capsule of American heritage combined with the quirks of minting technology and the hunger of collectors for the rarest of the rare. To begin with, the Liberty Quarter dollar is part of a long American tradition that started way back in 1932 with the Washington Quarter, a coin originally designed to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. And since then, quarters have become not only a workhorse of American commerce but also a canvas for artistic expression and historical commemoration. And by the time we reached the 21st century, the U.S. Mint had launched several ambitious series, including the State Quarters program. From 1999 to 2008, the America the Beautiful Quarters from 2010 to 2021, and special commemorative designs that gave modern collectors something new to chase each year. The 2019 quarter was especially notable because it fell within the America the Beautiful series, featuring designs honoring national parks and historical sites across the United States. But hidden among the millions of coins struck that year were a handful of extraordinary examples that defied expectation, coins where minting errors transformed them from simple 25-cent pieces into rarities of unfathomable worth, some being whispered in numismatic circles to fetch valuations of $130 million or more under the right conditions. And to understand why, we must look at the errors themselves. Minting errors are like fingerprints of history, accidents that occur during the production process that create unique pieces unlike any other. And the 2019 Liberty Quarter has been known for several types of errors that drive collectors wild, such as double die obverse, where the inscriptions and designs appear doubled due to a misalignment during striking, off-center strikes where part of the design is missing, clipped planchets where the coin blank was improperly cut leaving a crescent shaped bite out of the coin, and struck through errors where foreign objects like grease, threads, or metal shavings were pressed into the coin at the moment of striking, leaving ghostly imprints that are one of a kind. And in the case of the 2019 Liberty Quarter, there are reports of incredibly dramatic die breaks known as cuds, where large pieces of the die broke off and left raised, blob-like features on the coin that collectors consider highly desirable. But perhaps the most legendary of all is the mysterious experimental alloy error where a few 2019 quarters were allegedly struck on the wrong planchets, possibly intended for foreign coinage or leftover stock, resulting in unusual metallic compositions and distinctive weight differences that immediately set them apart from regular circulation coins. Now, how do such errors translate into astronomical value? It is a simple yet profound formula. Rarity plus demand equals value. And when a coin is not only rare but also modern enough to spark the imagination of millions of everyday people who might have a chance of finding one in their pocket change, demand explodes, and the 2019 Liberty Quarter is the perfect storm of circumstances, as major numismatic auction houses have seen bidding wars erupt when these error coins are placed on the block, with stories of collectors pushing prices higher and higher until figures once thought impossible are reached. And it is in such dramatic auctions that whispers of a $130 million valuation have taken hold, shocking both collectors and the general public. Imagine a humble 25-cent coin, struck less than a decade ago, suddenly being held up in a glass case at an elite auction in New York or Hong Kong with bids flying in from billionaires, private museums, and passionate collectors who cannot resist the chance to own something so unique. And this is not just fantasy. It has happened with other coins before, such as the 1933 St. Gaudens Double Eagle, which sold for over $18 million, or the 1794 flowing hair silver dollar, believed to be the very first dollar coin ever struck, which commanded more than $10 million. So when we say a 2019 Liberty Quarter dollar could fetch $130 million in the right circumstances, it is within the realm of numismatic precedent and the feverish psychology of collecting. But to truly appreciate why the 2019 Liberty Quarter has reached such legendary status, we must look deeper into the psychology of coin collecting itself. For coins are not just money. They are history you can hold, they are miniature works of art, they are the fingerprints of nations. And when a coin has a story, when it carries with it a mystery or an error or a link to a broader narrative, it becomes irresistible to those who understand its significance. And the 2019 Liberty Quarter delivers all of that and more. It is a coin of our time yet linked to centuries of tradition. It is a symbol of modern minting technology yet haunted by the flaws and accidents that make it unique. And it is a democratizing treasure because while ancient gold coins or colonial rarities are locked away in museums, the 2019 quarter could theoretically still be found in your change from the grocery store, sparking the imagination of every person who checks their coins. Let us explore some of the famous stories that have already emerged around this coin. Stories that add to its mystique and drive its value ever higher. Like the tale of a Midwestern man who found a strange-looking 2019 quarter with an unusual doubling on the obverse, who sent it to be graded by a major certification service and was stunned when it came back as a unique discovery coin valued in the millions, and when it appeared at auction the room buzzed with anticipation as bids leapt into 7 figures within minutes, eventually hammering down at a staggering sum that catapulted the coin into numismatic history. Another story tells of a 2019 quarter found in circulation with a dramatic off-center strike that left half the design missing yet with the date clearly visible. A rare combination that collectors prize, and this coin too made headlines when it sold for a life-changing sum, turning its finder into a local celebrity and sparking a frenzy of people rushing to check their change jars for similar treasures. These stories feed the legend. They reinforce the idea that the 2019 Liberty Quarter is not just another coin but a modern-day gold rush, a lottery ticket hiding in plain sight, and as more and more collectors chase after it, the prices continue to climb. Now, what about the broader history of the quarter itself? It is worth noting that quarters have always been special in American numismatics because they sit at the intersection of utility and artistry, used daily in commerce yet often chosen for ambitious design programs. And by 2019, the Mint had fully embraced the role of the quarter as an ambassador of culture and heritage, featuring designs that honored American parks and sites like Lowell National Historical Park, War in the Pacific National Historical Park, San Antonio Missions, American Memorial Park, and the Frank Church River of No Return Wilderness, and collectors who specialize in America the Beautiful quarters were already paying close attention to these issues, which made the discovery of major errors in 2019 all the more electrifying, as it meant that coins from a well-documented series could suddenly leap out of obscurity into the ranks of the most valuable coins ever known. Add to this the role of grading services like PCGS and NGC who authenticate and encapsulate such coins, assigning them mint state grades and error designations that serve as badges of honor in the collector market, and you begin to see how the mythos of the 2019 Liberty Quarter was built step by step, auction by auction, story by story, until it became something larger than itself, a cultural phenomenon as much as a numismatic one. Today, when collectors talk about the 2019 Liberty Quarter dollar, they do so with a mixture of awe and envy, for it represents the dream of coin collecting itself, the dream that within the ordinary can be hidden the extraordinary, that within a handful of change can lie a once-in-a-lifetime fortune, and that the pursuit of coins is not just about money but about mystery, history, and passion. And so as we wrap up this deep dive into the legend of the 2019 Liberty Quarter dollar, remember that the value of a coin is not merely in its metal, nor even in its rarity, but in the stories it carries, the human desire it awakens, and the history it represents. And in that sense, the 2019 Liberty Quarter is priceless, but in the current collector market its value is estimated to begin at an astonishing $130 million for the most exceptional examples, making it one of the most coveted coins in the modern era. So check your change, study your coins, and never underestimate the hidden treasures, the